Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Farming Simulator 19, and welcome back to the unbelievably good Holzer map. Man, I cannot tell you how much I'm enjoying this map. I think it is awesome. Suits my style of play, and it's just coming together perfectly. I've been so frustrated looking for good maps for 19. I know they're out there, but I just wasn't finding them. And I stumbled upon this one, and it is absolutely amazing. It really, really is. So, let me bring you up to speed with what's going on. Of course, you can see, spoiler alert, we got a new tractor. This is the Forbidden Mods Fendt 500 512 favorite. Oh, it's fantastic. It's on the Forbidden Mods website, and it is by FBM, by their team. It's not something they got from somewhere else. As far as I know, I don't know. I don't really know anything about mods. I just know what I know. So, obviously, we got our hard muck spreader hooked up here. This is a little, I don't know, secondary bunker I put in the back because the bunker up front fills up so fast, and I had just been carting it up here as I was cleaning out the animals. There's a script in this, I guess. Floor food is not floor food. Floor food is manure. And I think what the mod maker may have been doing is trying to recreate from 17, cleaning out your animal stalls. Maybe? I don't know. So this is the regular bunker that fills up sort of on its own, and it gets full pretty quick. It's not very big, so I've been taking it back there. So this is the Unterreiterhof, and we had, I want to say 46 Holstein dairy cows here. We've more or less decommissioned this. Oh, this is, I guess I could run around the map ahead of time. You see the cows out there in the distance? Once again, paralyzed by fear. I could do this before I start recording so that by the time we get to the recording, they've already like snapped through the LOD resistance. There they go. Get to work. So we've more or less decommissioned this farm. This is a neat feature too. Neat. That's if you could see me, I'm 6 foot, 6'1", 185, shaved head, tattoos everywhere. If you could see me using a word like neat, oh, it's neat. It's, oh, man, piece of work, I'll tell you. This is a neat feature of this map is that the farm is way over there, right? Like the actual barn and the what have you. But then your cows are spawned or whatever over here. I think that's very cool. I like that. When I think of things like that, I think of that as innovative map making. Being confident, taking some chances, thinking outside the box. I love it. So we've more or less decommissioned this farm as a dairy farm. And we have taken our 46 Holstein cows to our new farm that we bought at the end of the last episode. We're going to make this a beef farm once again, as it accidentally was in the first couple episodes. I didn't know the red pole didn't produce milk, but we're going to try these here. And the reason why is this farm, I believe, has a capacity of 50 cows. And these cows, again, this is based on the cattle breeds mod. I think they reproduce faster, they make less waste, and obviously they don't make any milk. But because they reproduce faster, you know what I mean? It seems like it might be more efficient. And then the other farm holds 200 cows. And I figure if we have 50 dairy cows, right, they're making X volume of milk. And if we have 200 of them, they're making 4X. So I think that's the direction we want to move in for the moment. And, you know, I already did it, so it's sort of the direction we have to move in. So let's hop in our new tractor and head over to our new farm, and I'll show you what I did over there to get things sort of started. And I'll show you around the farm itself as far as what we just bought. I know we kind of did that, not in a hurry at the end of the last episode, but that was it. We just clicked the button and then it was done. We didn't really take a look around. So let's head over there. We'll take a look around, and we'll see what we bought, and we'll see where things are headed. I can tell you, as we're driving, that the little field across the highway from the sheep farm, what I just call the little field across the highway because it doesn't have a number, I went ahead and put canola in there. Camera. I went ahead and put canola in there because we've got enough oats for our horses, and for the moment, in fact, I'll show it to you right now, but you saw it, end of last episode as well. We have all these straw bales over here. So we've got plenty of straw and plenty of oats. So I thought, let's put in a cash crop, because as you can see, we have 1,200 euro. And we have quite a bit of debt. We're about $500,000 in debt, which is with our solar plaza that we have installed. and with our BGA that we have installed, I'm not terribly worried about it. And as always, if things got really, really dire, we could sell some tractors, we could sell some sheep, and I guess if we could just hold on for long enough, we could sell some horses. But we're getting to a point where we're really not going to spend a lot of money at a certain point because there won't be that much more to buy. These farms at the moment are getting to be about all I can handle in terms of like getting from one place to another. The animals really, taking care of the animals really takes up a lot of time, and you can't much ignore that because their productivity will drop, and the only value they have is what they make. So it's not like you can just ignore them. Oh, I'll do that later. You have to take care of them if you want them to keep making money, which is why you invested in them in the first place. So I am adamant about taking care of my animals. But because I'm taking care of my animals and because we have that growth control mod running, sometimes I'm not able to get grass fertilized before it's mature, right? Or, yeah, you see what I'm saying. So I think if we added another farm, it's going to cut into our efficiency even more. And at a certain point, we'll cross over and we'll have so many farms and so much money invested, and we won't be able to work them and make them productive that they won't pay off the investment we made in them. So I think I may hold out and sort of freeze it right here, right, with the size of map that we have, maybe buy 1 or 2 more fields. But if we're not buying any more farms, we won't be spending money on that. And if we aren't buying more farms, we won't really need more equipment, so we won't be spending money on that. So I'm comfortable that loan will get paid. Oh, brakes. We are using the adjusted fill type, the adjusted fill mass. So these trailers are, when they're heavy, they are heavy. I love it. This tractor is 125 horsepower, and the requirement for that spreader behind us is 120. So we're right at the limit. Now there is one more thing that I want to get, and let's go in the store. And in fact, before we do, let's go drone cam so you can get a slightly better idea of this farm. Yeah, it's so the shed to our right across the lane there, in fact, I'll show you. Moment. This has an active door. I guess we could put some things in here. Right? There you go. There's that. Farmhouse in the middle. And it's got a pull through underneath it. It's got this secondary building over here, which might be the original farmhouse from back in the day. Right? Got your bicycle there for riding into town. Right? Little chimenea of an evening. Sit out there with your lady friend and have yourself a gin and tonic. One shed here. I think because we're not really buying more equipment at this point, we're just going to be using the equipment that we have at an additional farm. Like I bought this little tipper, but this is stuff from the sheep farm. So I don't know that we'll need to really expand our storage up here because we've got, you see what I mean? We've got the same amount of implements. It's just going to be spread over 3 farms instead of 2. So I think we'll be okay on storage here. Here are our Holstein cows. Lovely. Pull through for feeding. And straw is right back here. The straw trigger is a little tricky. It's right over here somewhere. It's like right in here. The box, in fact, I'll show you that. I'll show you everything. Interactive zone markers right here. So this is can you see it? Yeah, this is what it says is the straw trigger, but I find it to be only really right about in here somewhere. So a little tricky getting straw in there, but we're doing it. I mean, we did it. We got it in there. What else? Water is out here in the middle of the cows. Right out here somewhere. Yep, there it is. This is an interesting water trigger. It's like I was saying when we were back at what is now the beef farm. There's really some like out of the box thinking on this map, and I really do like that. This is the water trigger. There's nothing here, and maybe that's not realistic, but it's certainly different, And I'm not necessarily a fan of different just for difference sake, but sometimes I am, and I think that's a really It's a really interesting take on a trigger. I like it. Little details like that. Right, what else we got over here? This is milk right here, and slurry right here, and then hard manure right there. This, I have to say, I mean, there's limitations on any map, but my OCD is a little, you know, that you've got milk right next to a slurry spigot. So it goes. Not the end of the world. Now, we only own, when we bought this property, we only got these two fields right here, 29 and 28, and they are grass fields. 29 has no fertilizer, 28 has one layer. That's why we've got our hard spreader loaded up. We're going to hit field 29. It may take it, it may not. We'll see. And then the next thing, like I said, if we buy any other fields, possibly field 26 covers all this, but that's almost 400 grand. There's one more piece of kit that I want. That's what I was saying earlier. There's one more piece of kit that I want, and it will require, oh no, we're trapped in a bunker. There we go. There's one more piece of kit that I want, and it will require an additional piece. What I would like to get is the Big X, just the 580. No, is it the 580 and the 1100? Oh yeah, check it. There's a little pull through here. There's a fuel stop, and this is water outside. There's the 580 and the 1180. I don't think we need the 1180 with that 9-meter header. I would want to get like the little one, the 580. In fact, let's look right now. Yep, it is the 580. And this is a bone crusher mod. It will match our Big M mower. And then the header for it would be, no, it's right here. And then the header for it would be this one right here. 3-meter. Is that right? 580. Ah, interesting. Okay. These are slightly different, but they're the same width. But regardless, we would get the 3-meter. And I would like to get that. And if we did, I would feel like we would need to or want to get a dedicated silage trailer, a chaff trailer. So those would be two things. And that's an expense. That's several €100,000 to get that big forager. Let me just confirm that we're going into the right field here. And as I said, I don't even know that it's going to take fertilizer, but we'll find out momentarily. And I think that's about all we have for this episode. Animals are fed. So yeah, that might be all we do today. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay. We may or may not even be on the crop grass versus the meadow grass. We'll go down the side here and then we'll take a look at the map. Oh, frame rate is really struggling. Really struggling. It's all these trees. All right. And these two fields they're decent size. They're not, I wouldn't say either one of them are small. They're not the biggest on the map, but they'll do. And I also will probably, depending on how fast manure is filling up in the bunker here, I may get another one of those little secondary bunkers and put it out here by the tree line. Oh, we're going so slow. Are we going up a hill? Oh, we sure are. Okay. I couldn't really see that from the other angle. You know, the funny thing is if we spread all this manure creeping up this hill, and when we check, we realize we haven't even fertilized this field. But I think I can see it. Maybe we'll find out momentarily. And you know what? Living and learning. If we didn't get it on, well, I can't say we didn't get it on here in time because we just bought the farm. So we didn't know what we were getting until we bought it. I mean, I guess I could have looked before we bought it to see if these fields were fertilized, but it wouldn't have made any difference. And depending on the growth of the grass, you know how that works. Sometimes it'll take fertilizer, sometimes it won't. So we'll get down here to where we started, and we'll see if we have any progress here. If we do not, then obviously we'll stop. And I guess at that point, maybe we can wrap it. Maybe. And I'm gonna do a little thing here. I'm gonna pull right over here, and instead of backing up, turn that off. Instead of backing up, I'm just gonna pull to the other side of this little shed here. We'll take a look at the map. right about here. Set some brake. So we go here. Oh, fantastic. It did take it. Okay, cool. So now, now, unfortunately, we need to try to see... now we need to try to see what we can see. Oh, you know what? Let's do something else. Before we do that, let's do this. Because where's the sun? The sun is right there. Yeah, this might be with the black and white and the black and white. Let's hop out here. Let's make a little thumbnail. Oh, beautiful. Get rid of that. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Thanks for bearing with me. I have to do that periodically. Throw a little thumbnail on. Right. So, I guess if we go across the top, because you always end up the way the tail whips on this and sort of angles the spreader, I feel like there's always a little, you know what I mean, on the end. So let's get this done first, and then I guess we'll just try to eyeball it. See where we've been. I really can't see anything in the grass itself as far as what we've covered and what we haven't. Maybe you can, but I can't really see it. So we'll just try to estimate how far we were first pass. There we go. Cruise control. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. And as long as you get most of the field, I mean, I'm happy to get every square meter if I can, but if I can't, I don't really sweat it. I feel like we get most of the perk if you get most of the field. Now, in real life, when it rains, this fertilizer, this manure would kind of spread and flow and, you know, get all around. So I feel like if you did have a couple little spots that you missed, once it rained, it would get everything kind of sorted out. Maybe. What do I know? I'm no farmer. And what else? Oh, wind turbines is the other thing. At some point, they're so expensive though. But at some point, I'd like to get. Well, I mean, there's a whole wind turbine plaza, but it's 2.5 million euro, and that is no. Those are mods. Those are those FED mods from the NF Marsh map, which is a gigantic, flat, industrial German map. And I feel like it really suits that map well because that map has big, flat places to put it. We could probably find some place to put it on this map. I mean, we found a place to put the solar plaza from that mod pack. But I feel like the wind turbines are bigger. Like, it's an even bigger thing and it's more expensive. So that, I think, is going to be the end game for this map. Like, the day that we get that 2.5 million euro wind turbine plaza is the day that we officially declare victory over this map. If you can do that. If you can beat a farm sim map. Moment, please. Let's take a look at the map. Okay, so there's one little strip. We actually did okay, though. Brake is off. So it looks like it's up from between those two posts. Okay. Those two posts. Oh, really? Those two? Yeah, as soon as they go out of frame, I forget which two posts I'm talking about. I think this thing has enough of a spread. I know. I started that a bit early. But I feel like this thing has enough of a spread that if we just kind of estimate, we should be able to cover the last little bit. And I want to say we need to stop right about here. All right, set the brake. Let's take a look at the map. Did we get it all? Holy smokes. Oh, no, we missed just the tiniest bit. Just the tiniest bit. Oh, okay. I ain't scared. We'll do the last little bit, and I know that's it, so we don't even need to look again. Right, let's fold it up. Get turned around here. And I'm just going to leave it in this little entry back into the court. And we'll call it. There you go. Whoa. Whoa, brakes. There we go. We're going to leave it right here. There you go. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 19. This is the Holzer map. And we'll see you next time. Take care now.